Who that you that say that's on TV? Big dog, he the voice of the streets. It's too much killing in the hood, why they creeps out the violence? Look at your little kids, how you say that's not your problem? Yeah, we gon' debate after that. What, wait, teach these brothers that they kings, maybe they won't have to dream. It's a new day, a new era. Time to fall in love with that black that you see up in that mirror, nigga. Peace and love, unity and power, but sit your ass down, it's for the scholars. Minute after minute, hour after hour, let me shout out my Yahweh. You can shout out what you lean on. We going live, turn your screen on. Grab a seat, get this knowledge when the team on. Better pay attention before you end up in detention. Let me mention who it be inside that TV. Black peace, black love, black power, sa.neter TV. We can reach the world of power on sa.neter TV. We can do it. If we each show up, what's stopping sa.neter TV? Now you see, yeah, on sa.neter TV. I don't hate you, black man, I just hate you cause you hate me. And I ain't did you nothing, but you looking all shady. Maybe it's Mercedes or that Beamer in the driveway. Maybe I can show you how to get that but you sideways. Tuning on that YouTube sa.neter TV. Yeah, we cooking in the kitchen, but it's no pig feet. I can give you a million years, but you can't beat me. You should try to be yourself, we can show you all the steps. What's your name, where you calling from, who on the line? Open up, what you calling for, what's on your mind? Dig up in that bag and drop a jewel for your people. Exposing all evil on sa.neter TV. Black peace, black love, black power, sa.neter TV. We can reach the world of power on sa.neter TV. If we each show up, what's stopping sa.neter TV? Now you see, yeah, on sa.neter TV. Yeah. Peace and blessings. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay, I can hear me. All right. We got a powerful interview today. Exclusive interview with my brother, my young brother, Brother Rich from the Underground Railroad. All right, I can't wait till my young brother come on. I had to give him a call today. I said, brother, you owe me an interview, man. You know, he said, no problem, sir, I win. I said, today. Let's get it in today, brother. And so he said, yes, no doubt. All right. Hey, as y'all come in, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button. We got to get this thing back in the algorithm. You see, we only got 58 people here. I've been here 5 minutes ago. It should have already been 300 or 400 people in the building. But you see how they doing me. But we're going to get it back on track. They're going to open up they're going to open it up again. You know, they shut me down for a minute. I guess they trying to punish me. I don't know, for saying something or doing something. I don't know, but that's how they call themselves, punishing people. You know, putting them on block, not sending their links out. So we're going to get it back together. We'll get it back together. It'll come back up slowly.
You know? Yeah, let's get that energy up. Come on, man. So I'll check your email. I did. What's in there? What's in there? I'm checking it right now. I'm waiting on my brother to come through. What am I looking for? I'm in the email. So hit me up. Debate winner receive $500 subscribe. Is that you? A1, is that you? Yeah, yo, this cough never left my body since the COVID, man. I mean, it got my voice scratchy. That's where I don't know what. Yeah, but I know why. I know why it's never left. And you know what I'm saying? I know why. It's because of the lupus, and that's what the doctor's been telling me, and you know how it attacks the immune system. And so, yeah, that's what it is. So I sent you an email. We waiting on our brother Rich to come in. All right, so hit me up. Debate winner receives $500. So hit me up.
In a world.
Let me see, who is this, man? Hey, yo, Amin Ra McCarthy. Shout out to you, brother. You always show love and support. One brother who always supports this channel is Amin Ra McCarthy. And that's why I really take it light on my brother Amin Ra McCarthy. I try not to go in too hard on him, even though I know he can deal with it. But because he show respect and love, I falls back from my brother Amin Ra McCarthy. You know? Yeah, he said cough have improved. I hope you have been doing what I told you. Yes, I've been doing that, of course. Yep. Yep, I've been doing that, brother. The cough have improved, Amin Ra McCarthy, because they got me on some goddamn I know. Prednisone. And it's not a lot. It's not that much. It's not that much. So they got me on a little bit of I think it's like only 20 milligrams for like about a week and slow it down. So that's what it is. You know, this cough, man. Yeah, I got lupus. I had lupus for a long time. So yeah. Yes, that's right. You read up on it. It definitely attacks the organs. That's why I wasn't able to get rid of it like that. You know, once that shit came, it's over for my singing career. Yeah, I used to blow good, man. I can't even hold a note no more. I can't. Oh man, I can't do none of that. So that's what I'm hurting about now. I can't do none of that. Yep. V-Man, what's up, brother? Thank you. Peace, sir. Hope you're good. Thank you, my brother. Yes, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. Let me hit my man Rich up, see where he at. It's after 6 o'clock. We supposed to get it in. See where my brother at. I hope I sent him the link. Yeah, the Knicks looking good. The Knicks is looking good this year. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm logging in right now, so.
All right. Got you. So I don't believe you. Do you have a video of you singing? Nope. Nope. I don't.
So I can't hear you.
Peace, my brother Rich. How you, brother?
Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. Oh shit, let me move the mic closer. I'm good, sir. Good to be
Yo,
on
you
here.
know. All right. Now, you know we got to first give a shout out to our brother Black Dot. Today is his birthday, brother.
Oh, shout out Black Dot.
Yeah, shout out to Black Dot, man. One of the original members of this community, man, when we was doing this thing, you know? Shout out to
Indeed.
Black Dot, man.
Yeah, man. Wow, shout out to Dot, man. That's my brother right there.
You know it. Always show support. Always show love.
Yeah.
I wish him and his family the best right now. So what's going on with you, my brother Rich? How you doing?
Ah, man, I'm doing great, man. You know,
You got a son and a daughter now.
Yeah. Son and daughter, yeah. So
Yeah. So when you gonna put a ring on it, brother? Is that time?
we ain't talking about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna convince her to talk about it.
We ain't
I'm
talking
gonna tell her it's time to talk about it, man. Yeah, man.
We talked about that off the camera. I ain't talking about that right now. So.
Okay, that's what's up, brother. That's what's up. So I'm glad you are here. Man, this brother right here, I'm proud of this young brother right here. He have taken the torch and he have done great works with this right here, moving around and getting this thing going and keeping the culture alive. If it wasn't for this young brother right here, brother Rich, Blackmagik 363, the Underground Railroad. You still go by Underground Railroad, right?
I just go by Blackmagik. Blackmagik, the name of the channel, Blackmagik 363.
Why you knock off the Underground? What happened?
You know, you just continue to evolve and shit.
But you have evolved. This is the Underground. You do the underground work, brother.
You all right. You all right.
Yeah, man. You bringing that knowledge from the underground, brother, keeping this thing alive. So what I want to ask you is, how did you get into teaching and promoting Black consciousness, or whatever you want to call it?
Oh, wait, hold up. I'm just sending a couple of people the link.
Yeah,
so they can watch.
No, now take your time, man. Go ahead, take your time.
Yeah. Well, how did I get involved in this? Shit, man. My brother sa.neter. You know, I say this a lot. Every platform I go on, I say sa.neter is a huge influence on me, and just studying you and observing you, and most of all, you know, I'm into metaphysics, right? So I'm into spirituality, metaphysics. Just the energy that I felt being around your table, it was a good feeling. It was the best feeling I had in my life at that time. Where I'm gonna tell you, I would be with my friends. We would be drinking and they would be smoking. I never smoked, so they would be smoking, and I'd be like, yo, I gotta go to they called it the black man table. I'd be like, yo, they be like, oh, Rich going to the black man table. And they used to make fun of me. They used to say, yo, Rich always going to that black man table. But yo, none felt when I was young. This is like, I met you when I was like 20. I'm probably like 19, 20 when I met you. Nothing felt as good at that time in my life as being by your table and being immersed in the knowledge. So yeah, that you definitely was the top influence on me getting involved. I seen you, you know what I seen you. One thing you always influenced me about was you was always a family man. And I really respect that. I really respect brothers who take care of you. You was always been a stand-up nigga, a solid dude. And you took care of your family, and you was a hard worker. You went out there and nobody could outwork you. In sa.neter's prime, nobody could ever outwork Sa. Like nobody. Sa had that Mamba mentality. So seeing you do that and seeing you take care of your family like that, in my mind, I was like, I want to take care of my family like that. That's Black power. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's Black power. So yeah.
And you know what? Thank you for that, man. I appreciate that. And you scared me one time when I asked you, yo, what's going on? I remember you getting out of school, you graduating, and you came to me and said, yo, man, they just sent me saying that I got they agreed to bring me on to the transit. I think you had a transit. You was getting ready to become a transit, right?
Train operator. I got
a train operator.
Yeah.
And I said to you, and you was like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I want to do this what you doing. And I was like, yo, trying to beg you. I said, Rich, nah, man. stay into, get this job, man. At least you guaranteed to get a check every 2 weeks, brother, working for the city. And you was like, nah, brother, I wanna do what you doing. And I was a little scared of that because I know how hard it is working for your people, trying to get, paid from your people. But brother, I have to say that shout out to King Simon in the audience. I have to say, brother, you have followed your dream and you have did the damn thing. And I'm very proud of you for the way I see you rocking, brother. I see when you brought thousands up at the mountain, I was like, damn, look at
that was big. Yeah, it was big.
Talk to me about that. What was that like, that experience like? Did you ever doubt it for a minute? Or when you seen the crowd, how was your reaction, brother? Did you underestimate it a little bit?
What you mean before? Did I underestimate it before it?
The last time when you brought that crowd up to the up on the mountain.
Yeah. No. I knew what it was gonna be because I had that feeling. You know what I could say? It's like imagine if you're doing a debate and the debate. Remember when the debates was in their prime and it was like, say if it's Polite versus Harry Rosenberg. Before the debate goes down, you could feel it. You feel it. I can see it in you. You feel it. You could feel it. So before the mountain, I could feel that it was going to be big. The same way you could feel one of your debates was going to be big. So when I got there, I already knew what it was going to be because you could feel the energy building up. When you're an entrepreneur and you're a promoter, and you promoting something, you could feel. This is why I love spirituality so much, because you could feel this invisible force building up. And I felt that shit. So I said, damn, this shit gonna be big. I felt the momentum. And I remember that feeling when you used to promote and you used to build the anticipation and people, you could feel the electricity. Like you could feel that shit.
Yeah. So lines around the corner, man, for that debate. Oh man. When the last time you've been to the National Black Theater, did you see it?
I have not. No, since they renovated it.
It's already fixed up and all that. That joint look good. I haven't been in there, but I'm gonna go in there. I don't know if it's still the way it is, or do they have an auditorium? I don't know. But I gotta take a walk in there and see, man. Shout out to King Simon, one of the baddest, hardest working promoters in the building right now. See, we had it popping back then at that time in Harlem. King Simon, man, he was relentless when it came to promotions and sending out. So whenever we would do something, we would make sure we let King Simon know we got this coming up, because he's all through the cities, all through the boroughs, Bronx, Brooklyn, wherever he's out there. You know what I'm saying? Compare the Black conscious audience by geographically locations, like different cities, starting with Harlem compared to Brooklyn. How do the community express themselves, and do they interact differently from cities, like city to city?
Yeah, definitely. That's a good question. So definitely. I mean, there's nothing like Harlem. Their whole heart is into the information when you go to Harlem. Brooklyn is different. The brothers from Brooklyn, they had such a good vibe as well. Here in Georgia, they got a certain vibe. I'm more of a New Yorker, so I like, when it comes to consciousness, I like the energy from Harlem the most. Like that's what I vibe with the most. I like that heart and spirit of Harlem the most. But I got to give props to Brooklyn, because that's where I worked at for so many years. But there's nothing like Harlem. Like you go anywhere on the planet. I done been to Cali and seen their conscious community. I done been to Florida and seen how they do it down there. And everywhere is dope. But Harlem, you was in the Mecca. You was in the Mecca of consciousness, my brother.
When it was rough. When it was rough. And that's leading to this question that I have for you, but you already said it. Would you agree that New York is the hub and the foundation of Black consciousness?
Yeah, it's the Mecca, yeah.
Yeah. So you already answered it. I had it I had that question loaded up for you.
Yeah.
So what made you pick up and say, you know what? I got to get up out of here. Let me move my family to Atlanta. So, what made you do that?
New York is overpriced. They really taking advantage of us in New York.
Facts.
They're charging so much for the standard of living doesn't match the quality of living. So in New York, you'll be paying $2,500 for a 2-bedroom apartment. You walk outside your apartment and there's rats everywhere. Just if you go outside at nighttime, you gotta jump like this because there's rats everywhere on the street in New York. So there's rats everywhere, cockroaches all outside. You gotta keep your house immaculate, make sure you ain't got roaches inside. So it's like you're spending so much money. They got you in a little box like this, your showers like this, your closets like this, your bedroom's like a little fucking jail cell. So it's just like the fact that I was able to make a living online. I'm like, listen, man, I might as well go somewhere where I can enjoy this. And instead of living like a prisoner in this little box that they call an apartment, because we know the small hats, I'm not going to say their names because we on YouTube, but we know the small hats control the real estate in New York. And they get greedy and there used to be something that used to be a 3-bedroom apartment. They'll break that shit down, turn that shit, man. They'll make 2 apartments out of a 3-bedroom apartment, bro. They'll take 1 bedroom, like they get real greedy. So I'm like, man, it ain't worth it no more, bro.
And you know, that's what they doing now with all of these new buildings that they making, you know? These rooms are very small. The people been telling me how it is. And they said it in the rent, Lil Rich, man. Listen, I was in a goddamn 1-bedroom and I tried to make it out of a studio, you know? I had the living room as a studio. That's where I was at the last time I had that place over there. And that shit cost $1,850, Rich, man. And I'm on the 4th floor with no goddamn elevator.
That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but that's why I went from Harlem to Brooklyn, because I was able to get more bang for my buck in Brooklyn. But then once I was in Brooklyn, I was like, I just want to leave. Yo, so I want to give a quick shout out. A brother named B-Dell is in the audience in the chat. I need you to interview him again. I think I might have told you about him, but I want you to interview him and get him on your platform. B-Dell's a cold dude, man.
Give him my number. Hey, I was watching you yesterday. Was it yesterday that you was interviewing this dude on the number? What number was that again? 3?
Oh, Young Elder, 3. Yeah, the number 3.
Yeah, I was watching that. I was like, yo, that's crazy. The way he was breaking that down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Elder. Yep.
Would you agree? You're in a land of building a strong Black community, but you say that it is due to many conscious members migrating to there from New York. King Simon done left. Red Pill, Blue Pill, they always had a place out there because their mother was from there. Their mother's there, and so many people have left to go to Atlanta, brother. Would you say that it is the migration that people have left from New York to Atlanta?
Yeah, no, definitely. It definitely is a migration. And I think that I tried to avoid it for some time. I was like, nah, I'm gonna just stick out here in New York. But I feel as though you gotta understand, so our history and our ancestors, our family was originally down there. And they went from down south and they migrated up north to avoid racism. So down south isn't foreign to us. We was our great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother was already down there. When I looked up my history, ancestry, and I dug, my family worked on the railroads in South Carolina, in Branchville, South Carolina. So the down south ain't nothing foreign to us. This is something that we left because we tried to get a better living situation up north, and they told us up north was so much better. But yeah, I feel like though it's time for us to come back home. It's time for us to come down south, and yeah, it's time for us to go what resonates with us, my brother.
Well, I can't wait to come visit you, brother. I'm gonna come visit you this year.
Yeah. You promise. You told me. You promised.
Man, listen, I already told the wifey.
Okay. Shout out to Cynthia.
I don't know if I'm gonna take the plane or the bus, but I think I'll take the plane, so I ain't gotta be riding on no bus all night. I'll take the plane, get there, and that's when I do my one-on-one interview with you. You got an interview spot there somewhere? I know you got an interview room.
Yeah. I got a lot of spots.
Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, when I come out there, how far are you from King Simon and all the rest of the people, like the like Red Pill and all of them?
Well, me and King Simon is about 10 minutes away from each other.
Oh man, so I know
Yeah,
about the King.
Yeah, he's right there. But Red Pill, I'm about 30 minutes from Red Pill. I was about 20 minutes from Blue Pill, but Blue Pill just moved, so I don't. He's a little further out now, but yeah. So I'm not too far from anybody.
What is it about Harlem, in your opinion, that holds Black consciousness together and keep consciousness vibrating and alive?
Part of it is its history. The history of Harlem is so rich, and the ability to just walk, I think, is very important. A lot of places you can't do that much walking, so I think that's what makes New York so great, is the ability to walk from place to place. But there's something about New York, we have no idea, but there's just something about New York, bro, because when you're on 125th, that energy on 125th, like I said, is just different. So I can't put my finger on it, but it's just something about 125th. But I think part of it is the history. A large part of it is the history. But yeah, Harlem is special, man. Real special.
All right. Talk to me about your music career. Have you given up on your music career? Because the last joint I seen you put two of the best together, Cambada and Loaded Lux, man. When we talking about lyrics, man, you did the damn thing on that one right there, man. How did you put that together? How long have you been into music?
Well, when I first met you, I've been in the music since then, and I used to always tell you I do beats. You remember when I
remember, yep.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s or whatever. But yeah, Lux, it's funny you mentioned Lux and Cam. We got an album coming out probably February of next year, Black History Month, probably February. So we're currently working on a new album right now, me, Cambada, and Loaded Lux. So hell no, you got to understand, conscious music is about to be the biggest it's been since the golden era in the 80s, early 90s. Because music has gotten so degenerate, there's only one way left for it to go. People are looking for substance. Drill rap was the nail in the coffin for hip hop and degeneracy. After that, hip hop could go no lower. So it's forced to go a different direction. And that's why Kendrick Lamar defeating Drake in the battle was symbolic of where hip hop was going to go. Very symbolic. So shout out to Kendrick Lamar, and also shout out to Drake. He's talented as well.
Yeah, Drake started wanting to go tell and shit and sue and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, man.
How have we lost hip hop, and has it become nothing but commercial and material? Do you think?
Of course, yeah. Look who owns hip hop. Everything is about ownership. Everything is about ownership, and whoever owns your culture dictates your culture. And we know
who owns it.
We know the small hats.
Okay, I want to hear you say it.
The people Kanye keeps calling out. The people Kanye keep calling out. And the dude that was on the Breakfast Club, Leo Cohen, when Charlemagne asked him why is he doing what he do, knowing that the message is a bad message, he said, "Hey, my kids got to eat." He said it. He said it on the Breakfast Club. He said, "Hey, my kids got to eat." So they don't give a fuck. It's all about they'll let you know. They don't give a damn, But it's up for us to understand and wake up and understand who we are. So hip hop is in for a huge change, man. I look forward to being one of the big members or the big participants in that change, man.
All right, we all know that the Boogie Down Bronx is the birthplace for hip hop, but I also got Sugar Hill, Boogie Down, Bed-Stuy, Fulton Street, and all the birthplaces of hip hop in all New York. What can you tell us about Atlanta's hip hop?
Oh man, well, Atlanta played a big role. I would when you say Atlanta's role, I immediately think of Jermaine Dupri. And Jermaine Dupri was huge influence on hip hop, and he made sure he repped the South, and he made sure that he found good talent, whether it was R&B or whether it was rap. I remember Criss Cross. We used to make fun of Criss Cross and say, that's that pop shit. But who would you rather your kids listen to, Criss Cross or Chief Keef? Chief Keef is talking about killing 1,000 niggas each song. Criss Cross just said, jump, and they wore their clothes backwards. I'd much rather my son Sirius listen to Chris Cross than listen to Chief Keef. So shout out to Jermaine Dupri, Chris Cross, and everything that Jermaine Dupri produced. He produced Lil Bow Wow. I'd rather my son listen to Lil Bow Wow than Little Durk and Chief Keef and what's his name? King Von talking about the ops and all of this other crazy shit. Yeah, man. So shout out to Jermaine Dupri for making kid rap presentable to our youth. Shout out to Jermaine.
So you agree that the energy that you put out in your music will find you?
Yeah, that's why you got to study spirituality. That's why I said, no matter how much you tease me about metaphysics and spirituality, energy is everything. And the energy you put out will get returned to you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. Snoop Dogg said, Snoop Dogg said he never went to trial until he wrote "Murder Was the Case." When he started writing all that shit in his raps, he said that's when it came to him. All of them say that shit. All of them be like, yo, hold up. As soon as I started writing that shit, it manifested. So music is not entertainment. That shit is programming. That shit is hypnosis. That shit is it's the strongest form of. If you see my shirt say magic, right? Music is the strongest form of magic in the entire world.
I agree with you on that.
And we are the rhythm nation. We are the biggest magicians because we are the biggest musicians. So we have to take back our music, to take back our magic, to take back our culture, to take back our people, to take back our youth, to take back our babies, to take back our women, to take back our young brothers that they call YNs or young niggas right now, but they young gods, YGs.
All right, brother. Powerful right there, brother Rich. Going from New York, where gun laws were very strict and rights were also stricken, was it a culture shock to you in the South and Georgia, where many people have rights to open carry?
Yeah, that's foreign to us in New York South. You know that shit.
Yeah, man.
That's foreign to us, man. Gun ranges and having a gun, and I could just have it joint in my car without a license. You know, my joints is registered, of course, but yeah, it's definitely foreign. It's definitely foreign. So it's just
how hard was it for you to get a registered joint?
Not hard at all. It's not hard at all, bro.
You know, I think it was today, if I'm not mistaken, earlier today, a white boy ran into a school somewhere and shot up the place again.
Catholic school, Catholic school, yeah, Catholic school. All right.
Yeah. 2 kids got killed, and I think it was like, how many was wounded?
I don't remember. I
said, 17, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That's sad, man. That's goddamn, it's sad, brother. That's what they worry so much about gun control with us. But you don't hear stories like that with black people running into a church, shooting it up the place. It's always coming from these white boys. Yeah, it was 17. They said 17 was wounded. You know? So, I mean, it's crazy.
You know, and that's something, so let me just address something real quick. This is why what you did and what you inspired a whole generation to do is so important. And when I say what you did, you took control over the media. And media is one of the biggest ways to control the perception of a people. So like you said, we think we the ones with the guns. Meanwhile, they the ones with the gun doing all this crazy shit out of control with the guns. But if you leave it up to the media, they will. What did Malcolm say? He said the media will make you think. Hold on. I'm not gonna mess this quote up. Hold up. Hold up. And shout out to I see. Okay, hold up. Malcolm X said the media is the most powerful entity on earth. They have the power to make the innocent guilty and to make the guilty innocent. And that's power because they control the minds of the masses. That's all they do, brother. They make the people, what do you think they're doing over there in the, with the small hats? They're making the innocent, they're killing children. And they're telling you the parents of the children are monsters and they're innocent. Oh, we're innocent. No, they're the monsters, but they control the media. This is why when they say, oh, Sal, all you do is talk. Oh, Rich, all you do is talk. Talking controls the minds of the masses.
That's
Talking
right.
is very important. The rappers just talk and they got complete control over our children. So talking is very important. Stop making it seem like they try to trick us because they secretly hating on us. Oh, y'all just talking is important. Media is important. They use just talking with the media to do a lot of things, man. Our sons think they motherfucking young little thugs because of the talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if we had brothers talking out there talking positive like Professor Griff with Public Enemy? It would be completely different.
Yes. When you would come out there and you would see me out there on the bullhorn, brother, and you see me in my little militant gear and going in, did you ever one time look at me as, damn, this brother here crazy? Sa.neter crazy as shit. Because I know you always came for Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine. You was on your metaphysics. And I would try to get you into the militant. I was like, yo, here, take this Dr. Khaled. Take this right here. Check out this Dawood. And you was always into your little, your metaphysics. Have you ever looked at me and said, damn, this dude here, Sa.neter crazy?
Nah, I loved it. See, I got a warrior spirit, and I'm in the metaphysics, but I got a warrior spirit in me. And I think that's what made us resonate with each other and vibe with each other. Well, at least what made me vibe to you and want to come by your table. I really appreciate that. And matter of fact, the illest image, one of the illest images I ever seen in my entire life. The image is so ill. If you posted it on the internet today, they would say, oh, that's Photoshopped, or oh, that's AI. There was an image. And we talking about how Bobby Hemmett used to talk about how image is everything. There was an image, and I never thought I would see this in my whole life, of Sa.neter had a small hat bow down to him. And if you knew the history of our people, you knew the con game that was played on our people, you knew what they do to our people in schools, entertainment, health, the health industry, every industry, what they do to our people, to see him bow to Sa.neter, I was like, oh, this is, I love that. That shit was inspiring, nigga.
People took that and they made shirts and they called it, this is gangster. Now that's gangster.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember.
that.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, that was hot. I was in my prime on that time right there.
You was in your prime.
I was like going in on that right there.
And that right there, when I seen that was one of the illest images I ever seen in my life, bro.
Yeah, they would think, some people were saying that I paid them, that I paid these people to bow down.
Yeah, because it's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable.
Right. Yo, did you vote in the last election? Donald Trump or Kamala?
No, I'm not. I'm in the school of Malcolm, where I think one is a sly fox and the other one is a brute wolf. So I didn't, I think they're two birds of a feather, and I didn't participate in that.
Okay. What is your position on the whole thing about Kamala Harris's black conversation?
I can see both sides. I could definitely see both sides. She's obviously melanated. You can see the sister guy. I think she's the same complexion as me. So I can see both sides. There's so much controversy about is her father really Jamaican? Is he not Jamaican? If that's her father or not. But I can see the argument on both sides. We got melanated people all over the globe. We got melanated people in the West Indies. If you study Runoko Rashidi, you will understand our presidents all over the globe. You will understand the Dravidians in India. We got black people in India, the Dravidians, the untouchable ones. So we're all over the globe. So I don't want to get caught up in the latest internet trend of bashing somebody. I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not a fan at all of hers. And I remember her trying to deny her blackness at one time. And then when it served her purpose, she embraced it. So she goes back and forth with her blackness, depending on what serves her political career. But I can see the argument on both sides.
Wow. I just recently found out, Brother Rich, that my family is of the Shinnecock Nation, brother.
I seen the video. That's dope. I seen the video.
I used to bang on the Indians. I used to go in on them.
See?
And I seen my uncle, my mother's brother, who I haven't seen in so long. And when my mother moved on to the realm of the ancestors, he came and, I always talked about my uncle being a pastor, preacher, and my cousin being a pastor and preacher. And so when he got up there on the podium and started preaching and saying this, and then he started talking about my grandfather and how he was a full-blooded Shinnecock. And I was like, what? Me and my cousin looked at each other and I said, what did he just say? And when he said that, I said, oh, I got to talk to Uncle when he finished this. So when he came, when everything was over, I ran outside to make sure I catch him. And I did the interview with him. I just did a recent interview with him a couple of days ago. I ain't put it out yet, you know, because he was on the phone and he was going in a little more with the history. And I was like, damn, Shinnecock Nation. So I asked you that to say, what do you think about the FBA movement? Do you think they separate the people, or do you think that's a good movement moving forward?
I think that it's a movement that's necessary. It's a movement that scares a lot of people. But for Black, it's time that the people in this land, because this is the thing, Sal, everybody, and this is the thing that people who aren't native to this land don't know. It's something they can't relate to. And that is everybody from this land, Sal, growing up, we always heard, it was like the biggest rumor in the family. Yeah, you know, we got Indian in us. Oh, that's all we ever heard. Yeah, because you know,
I used to laugh at it when they said
used to laugh. Every Black person in America, every African American in America used to say or heard, yeah, because you know we got Indian in us, and we just like, what the fuck you told? Who's Indian? Because we were so programmed to seeing the red Indian, but there was something that was passed down. They told us that shit. We ignored it because the programming was that strong. So it is definitely about time we learn about our indigenous heritage, and whoever it offends, fuck them. You know, it's just gonna offend them. Fuck them.
You interviewed a lot of teachers in the community who many call pseudo. How do you reply to those who call metaphysic teachings pseudo?
Oh, I definitely get it. Metaphysics isn't for everybody. I would just say God bless them. If you feel like it's pseudo, God bless you. You know, I'm not here to. Everybody got to know their role and their strengths. My strength is I'm not here to debate. I know my strength. That's why I'm so successful, because I embrace my strength. But I'm not here to debate or argue. I feel as though there's many ways to knowledge. There's many ways to the light. If you feel that way, God bless you. But I know how I feel. And some of them may be pseudo. I'm not saying there's pseudo teachers out there. So there's some of them may be pseudo, but to just generalize metaphysics as pseudo, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't think it's for everybody. And if it was up to me, I may say, hey, some of this stuff we got to keep underground and leave it for the weirdos. I think at this point in my life, I want to leave certain levels of spirituality for the weirdos like me. And I don't think it should even be online at this point because people don't appreciate it. So just leave. I'm in the future, I may just start taking shit offline and leave some of that for the weirdos like me.
Man. Regardless of anything, brother, keep doing what you do, Rich. Regardless of all that, people gonna always have something good to say. We know that it's gonna be the naysayers, the pros and the cons is gonna always be there. We can never be 100% right with everybody.
And let me just say this. So I see somebody in the comments said Black people flock to pseudo, so it's smart business. And you know, I had people say to me, hey, Rich doing that to make money. And I'm glad that brothers like you could get on here and say, Rich always been into that shit. It ain't something that oh, it's a trend. Let me get nigga, I've been in this since 20 years old.
That's
so
right.
Been telling me 20 years old. I've been it ain't no business. This is just who I am. Call me a pseudo or a widow. I don't care. I don't mind. Yes. My life is so good that I don't mind. I'm happy. And when I say good, I mean I got a happiness inside. Like you just said, I got a son and just had a daughter. I got a lot of peace in my life, a lot of peace of mind. And that's important. I remember, let me just say this real quick, Si. I remember Tony Montana in the movie Scarface. You know, everybody, you got to know, this is why I say you got to know who you are. Tony Montana was a drug dealer. He sold cocaine. But when Sosa told him he needed him to do a favor and he wanted Tony to kill a kid, Tony said, no kids, man. No kids. Tony knew where he drew the line at, what he didn't do. You got to know, even if you're the bad guy on earth, you got to know where to draw the line. You got to know what you do, what you into, whatever. I know who I am at this point. After all these years, buying tapes from sa.neter at 20 to right now, I know what I got to say no to. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what I got to say yes to. So, you know, it is what it is, man.
Yeah, man, you have always been this way when it comes to the metaphysics, because I was always trying to get you to get into the other stuff too, the you know, that black going deep. And you just love Bobby. Who was more influential in your life, Bobby Hemmett or Phil Valentine, or both of them?
No, Bobby Hemmett, hands down.
Yeah. You love Bobby Hemmett. I do too, man. At first, I thought Bobby was a little spooky, but then when he would start spending the night at my house, and when he come into New York, and I would go to him to the store, all Bobby did was read books, brother. I said, this man know what the hell he talking about. He read books, brother. That's all he cared about is books. You know,
you could care about books, be spooky, and be right, and be a little bit wrong at the same time. And I think that was Bobby Hemmett. He encapsulated all of that. He was spooky. He read books. He knew scholarship. He was right about some things, and I felt as though he was wrong about certain things. You could be all of that in one, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, we got this perception that you can only be one thing at a time. You could be right and wrong at the same time. You could be pro-black and metaphysical at the same time. You could be spooky and this at the same time. Hey, family, this is called learning about psychology and learning emotional maturity. We could be all of this at the same time. Matter of fact, I could not agree with sa.neter about everything, and that still could be my brother. I'm teaching y'all now. Mm-hmm. We don't agree about everything, obviously. He's not into all that metaphysics and stuff like that, but that's still my brother. That is my mentor, and I appreciate everything that he has done. And there would be no Brother Rich without sa.neter. So, you know, how does it feel for you? Let me ask you a question. How does it feel being so pro-black, but helping to produce one of the biggest metaphysical interviewers in the world?
Oh man, it feels.
But you pro-black though. Yeah, how does that feel?
No, it feels great. It feels real good, man, to see your success, to see the woman that you're with that I introduced you to. I can't.
You did that too. Yeah, you did that too.
I love it, brother, and I just see your success, brother. And I'm just so proud of you and happy about the move that you have made. Every move you have made was like a checkmate move. You know, and I've seen that in you. So yes, I'm proud, man. It makes me feel real good that, you know, a lot of brothers followed my lead, like brother Amun. Shout out to Amun. Amun is home. He's out in the world. He's out in the street. You know, he asked about me. Shout out to that brother. But he tried to do it on his own out there in Queens. He tried to take me to Queens, but he was still in the world. So he didn't really commit it himself like you committed. Yeah. See, you were committed. I was committed. You know what? You know what made me relentless and going outside every day for 20 years straight, Rich?
What?
Fear.
Fear what?
Fear.
Fear of what?
I'm gonna tell you, brother.
Fear of what?
When I left my job, when I left my job, brother.
Yeah.
And I had a good job working for the city.
You told me, yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm ready to leave. I got to leave and do this on my own. And Cynthia looked at me. We had a conversation, and she was asking me, baby, you sure you can do this? You sure? I said, yes, I could do this. Because I went out there for a trial run. I had tapes in my hand, and I was out there talking to the people. I ain't get the bullhorn yet, but I was just talking to the people in front of the juice bar, right? And I was like, damn, them joints went like that. Them videos went like that. So I started saying, I'm going to invest. And so I started buying me, like I bought me like 10 goddamn, what they call that? VCRs. I bought like 10 of them joints, 10 VCRs with the money I saved up and boxes and boxes of videotapes, VCRs, and started making videos, just dubbing them, copying them. Then I went to making I bought me a camera and I said, I got to start interviewing the people. Next thing you know, it's just blowing up, and I'm not even expecting it to go the way it was. Yeah. But every Saturday, brother, it would be crowded out there. I would have like a cipher like the Nation of Gods and Earth used to have every Saturday morning.
Right.
It would be a cipher out there with the Moors and the Hebrews and the Cometics, you name it. Everybody would come through. So when I say the fear, I'm talking about the fear of me being able to pay my rent. Being able for me to put food on my table for my children. Now that I'm off this white man titty, off this white woman titty, will I be able to pay the rent? Will I be able to take care of my family? That's what made me do it hard. And so I put in my mind, like, damn, if I could get up for the white man, 9 o'clock and be at work at 9 and punch the clock, why I can't do that for myself? And that's what made me do it, Rich. You would see me outside every morning, 9 o'clock, punching my clock, leaving at 5 or leaving at 8. And I was relentless. I just kept doing it. Next thing you know, people used to say to me, damn, I used to be on the corner, and if I don't see that flag hanging up, because I had made red, black, and green, and I would put it all the way at the top where people could see it from the corner. They said, if I don't see that flag, I know sa.neter ain't out there. But if I see that flag, I'm going down the block. And they would see that flag hanging and waving the red, black, and green, and they would be out there, brother.
Damn,
would be out there. Yeah, I remember the first day I met Polite, but this ain't my interview. This your interview, brother. I don't want to go in on that. You know what? We should have did that where we both interview each other at the same time. That'd be fire. That would have been fire.
Real quick, whatever happened to Anthony, the dude, not Anthony, Johnny, the dude Johnny that used to work with you? What happened to him?
Johnny's still out there. He's still out there somewhere. I don't know where he's at, but he's all right. He's doing this thing, you know. Okay. Yeah. Anthony passed away.
What happened to sa.neter? What's up with sa.neter?
sa.neter is good. You can find him on Facebook.
Okay.
He's good. Yeah, I bump into sa.neter once in a blue moon. You know, sa.neter's still out there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man.
Just checking in with the old crew, the old crew, you know what I'm saying?
Is academic conventional science just as valuable as metaphysical science?
No, because they are you know, it's kind of like there's so many rules, and even if they find something that contradict their rules, there's so many hurdles they have to go through just to apply the new rules that it's almost impossible. So with academic science, it's very important, but it's part of the program. It's like when Rockefeller took over the medical industry, you know, herbs, medicine women, medicine men, doulas. Doulas used to be extremely important in childbirth. When Rockefeller took over the medical industry, doulas, they made it seem like doulas were totally non-important. So if you ask the average black person what's a doula, they don't know what a doula is. They don't know that there's somebody that used to help the woman, assist the woman in giving birth to a child. They know nothing of that because Rockefeller took over that and he got rid of all of that stuff that wouldn't allow him to make money specifically. And he based all his medicine around petroleum. And now we got what we got with the Rockefeller funded industry. And it's the same thing with science. Certain people take over the industries, and anything that contradicts what allows them to make their money, they don't allow that to infiltrate their community or their program. So yeah, it's not as important as being an independent free thinker, in my opinion. You on mute, sir. You on mute.
Yeah, I know you got another show to do. I got a couple of more questions for you. Then I'm gonna let you go and take care of your business. Do you think that there is a hidden cabal? Do you think there's a hidden cabal, a hidden government that works against everyone, especially black people?
Yeah, there's definitely this hidden cabal or this hidden group that you know, seeks to dominate. Like there's you can go on the internet and they have these clips where they'll have 12 different news programs, and each one of them says the same exact thing to let you know that it's a script. Now, the fact that it's a script lets you know that all of these programs, that whether it's Channel 9, Channel 11, Channel 7, Channel 5, Channel 2, Channel whatever, it lets you know that they got to report to the same person. That person tells them what to say. We think we're getting all these different news sources, but it's really coming from a small group who's controlling, once again, like I said in the beginning, the same media. So there's definitely a hidden hand that's kind of dictating everything that we see in the media right now and in these industries. Yeah.
Your YouTube channel touches on everything from government conspiracies to science to astrologies to Kemet to black magic. What does the name of your channel, Blackmagik 363, means, and how did you come up with that name?
Blackmagik, being in the Bobby Hemmett, like you said earlier, just understanding. I understood that meditation, and whenever I would close my eyes and imagine certain things, I would go into another realm. It would be so, your imagination is so beautiful, and I will imagine certain things. And I notice when I imagine certain things with intensity, they will come to reality. So I said, wait a minute, every time I touch into this blackness that everybody talks so bad about, I'm able to bring things into this world. I hear black magic is so bad, but I got my own version of black magic, and that's simply closing my eyes and imagining things that I wanted to come in this world. And if that's happening, that's the most beautiful thing on the earth. So why not call my channel Blackmagik? And the 363 comes from, I was influenced by one of my favorite groups was 36 Mafia and hip hop. So that's where I kind of got that name from. Bobby Hemmett used to say melanin was the 666. And a lot of the metaphysicians used to say that. So, just combining all of that helped me to come up with that name, Blackmagik 363.
Do you know what my name was before sa.neter?
You might have told me, but I forgot. What was it?
Salih Quran.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It was Salih Quran because I was a Muslim.
Right.
And remember, I was following Khaled at the very beginning.
Right.
So I was Muslim. And so I changed that. I had to change that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
What, if you was in the Quran, every time I watch your channel, you always talking about the Bible and the Hebrews. Why you never talk about the Quran, brother? Because you sharp with the Quran. So why you never deal with the Quran?
I used to be sharp with the Quran. I'm trying to fall back a little bit off the Hebrew Israelites because I done dragged them down so hard. And the reason I would beat them up so much is because, Tazariak and all of them be out there talking about how gay and stuff like that. They don't know part of that. So I got caught up in the going back and forth with them on that. But yeah, man. So talk to me, man. I remember what made me realize how real you was as a young brother. You came up to me one day and you said, yo, brother sa.neter, how is Dr. Ben doing? And I said, oh, Dr. Ben is pretty good. And you was like, yo, man, I think we need to go up there and give him a donation. And I looked at you and I was like, damn, that just came out of nowhere. I said, let's go. So we came up with a day. I think we went the next day or something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, come on, I'll take you right to where he live at. And we went right up to Dr. Ben's house and sat on his couch, talked to him for a little while.
Yeah.
And I gave him money and you pulled out and you gave him a nice lump. I was like, damn, Rich is a real brother.
I never forget that. You got video footage of that. Yeah, you got to show me that. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, at that time, I gave Dr. Ben 500. I donated 500 to him. And at that time, I was like 19, 20.
Right, exactly.
I'm like 19, 20, but I understood the importance of supporting the elders, and I understood the importance of giving. And I've never been cheap with my money. You got to understand this shit right here we call money. No matter how many, I respect this about you. You was never cheap in investing, and you was never cheap with other people. I seen you help a lot of people buy certain people coats, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want to make money in this world,
you real, you've been with me, so you know the real sa.neter. All these,
I know, I know. I seen you up close and personal, but being cheap in life is one of the main ways of preventing money from coming back to you. And it's something you just won't understand logically, because logically we be like, if I give it away, that means I have less.
Right.
But for some reason, you understood the principle of giving and it coming back to you. So, it's just something that I understood that at a young age as well. Some people never donated $500 in their entire life.
Right.
even if they had it. So it feels good to be 19 years old and then be able to make donations like that, man.
Man, I agree with that. I respect you for that. Last question. What does the House of Consciousness mean to you?
It was the birthplace of a lot of, it was the birthplace of an entire movement. I seen this video the other day, and it's, you know, yeah. The House of Consciousness is surrounded by controversy. It's surrounded by good. It's just such a rich history. There should be a documentary specifically on the House of Consciousness. And I seen this video, and they was talking about Dr. Umar. You see what he's going through. He's fucking up right now, big time.
Yeah.
And you see what happened with Polite, and they was like, these two came out of the House of Consciousness. I'm like, in my mind, I said, I wonder how that feels for sa.neter to have two of the most controversial figures who went mainstream, and they came straight out of from your group, from your crew, or from your organ, whatever. Like, that's a hell of a feeling. That's a hell of a thing to accomplish. Number one, to have a Polite, to have a Umar. All these names came up. The first time I seen Pharaoh was on your channel. The first time I seen Seti. The first time I seen Pharaoh. I mean, not Pharaoh. Nature Boy, crazy ass Nature Boy, was on your channel.
You know he doing life.
He's doing. I know. But so many people. This is what I'm saying. Like, I learned from. I gotta be great because I got to see you, and I got to see where you made certain mistakes, and I got to see where you made certain triumphs. So I got an opportunity to learn that maybe you didn't have an opportunity to learn from another individual. Like, I had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to observe you and learn. So I'm thankful, and that's why I always take care of you, my brother. And whenever I get a chance, you know, but that's a hell of a thing, Sa. You produce Umar's a juggernaut, and you produce Polite at the same time.
Right.
What?
Brought out heavy hitters.
Yeah. How does that feel for you, brother? Seeing what they going through right now, what the fame, I guess people will say what the fame did to them, some of them. People will say maybe they've been like that, but how do you feel that they came from your camp?
It's the fame that did that. And they both Leos too. Think about that, Rick.
Right.
You might have to put something to that. Put some magic on that and see what's up. They are both Leos. And they always thought, Polite always felt that he can do it all. He knows everything. Umar believes that he knows everything.
Yeah.
And he don't need nobody. I think that was his downfall. He dismissed everybody from even trying to work with him. And he don't realize that he always needed allies. And now look at what he's been reduced to. I put him on top of the world, and now look at what he's reduced to. Now he's on YouTube begging women to give him $500 for a date, for a dinner date, brother. You know that? He became a panhandler overnight, man. And that's sad, brother. Very sad.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to work with him for years. I tried to, but I guess he refused to work with me because of my association with you, and because he know I came from you. Because I remember one time I called him, and we were supposed to do an interview, and then I was like, "Hey, this brother Rich," and he ain't called me back after that. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not here to bash the brother. The brother's a genius, but I never got the opportunity to work with him. And you know, hey, I just know that.
Would you now, if you had an opportunity?
No.
Right. See, he done messed that up right there.
You know, and it's not just because of what he's going through now. Years ago, I decided, like, nah, I'm good on that. Years ago,
the same thing he did to me. He did to King Simon. In case you didn't know that.
Yeah, King told me. He told me.
Yeah, he accused King Simon of being one of his biggest haters. One day, King Simon went to go see him and bought his book. And he looked and he got on the mic and basically embarrassed King Simon.
Yeah, King told
him.
Yeah, King
told the world. And I said, "See, King, that's what he did to me. When he just made a damn video saying I tried to interview his girl. When I first met him, I was like, damn, this dude right here, he's one of my top best. Why would I try to mess that up? He didn't call me. He didn't ask me nothing. He just went and made a video, bro. The same thing my Hassan Campbell did to me. I was like, damn, who bringing this energy to me, man?
You know what's crazy? Let me just say this story real quick. Let me say this story real quick.
Yeah.
Now I'm behind the scenes. I learned how easily the internet gets fooled years ago. Like I said, I had an opportunity to learn from a lot of your mistakes. I remember this. This is way back. This is probably like 2011, 2010. I'm not sure. I remember when Umar. Now you're controversial and you got your faults, and sometimes you be doing some bullshit, side. Sometimes you do some bullshit. I'm gonna say that. But I remember, and because of that, check this out. I remember he accused you of talking to his wife or something like that.
That's what I was talking about.
That? Oh yeah. And I knew, because I'm behind the scenes. I knew, and I'm talking to you every day at that time. And I knew Sa's not talking to this man's wife, but he's blowing up. He's on the come up.
Right.
So everybody believes him.
Right.
And because you controversial, everybody doesn't believe you. So I learned back then, oh shit, the internet got it all wrong. Oh shit, this is how this goes. Back then I seen that the internet really don't know what's going on. And they just going based on who's the popular person, who's not, or who may have a good reputation, who may have a bad reputation. But behind this, people will come to my table. Yo, that's fucked up. Yo, Sa talking to that man's wife. Sa ain't shit. I'm like, yo, he's really not talking to his wife. Yo, I'm like, yo, everybody believes this shit.
Yeah, but see, let me give you another one. Let me give you another one.
Oh shit.
You know, Hassan Campbell is blowing up. He on the internet. He hot. He's fire right now. He's doing his thing. He's bringing in numbers.
What did he say? You trying to kill him or something?
I brought Hassan Campbell out, brother. He would never admit it, but he came up off of my name.
Yeah.
He said I interviewed him. I came out. I went to his hood. I went to where he was at, and I did a powerful interview with him, bringing out his story. Next thing you know, Rich, I'm sitting at home. This nigga do a video talking about I tried to set him up and get him murdered on 125th Street. Rich, everybody in their mama attacked me, Rich. And I was like, what the fuck? I tried to get this nigga murdered on 125th Street. Where all the precinct is 2 blocks away.
Yo,
I'm like, yo, man. And then that's what made me start going at him. And because I was going at Hassan Campbell, the story that, this dude, I would say he checkmated me. I would give him that. He checkmated me on that because he was using the sympathy of him being molested at a young age. And the people and the women gravitated towards that. And they started banging on me, getting at me like, yo, that nigga Sa is foul. How he did that? And now look at it now. Everybody believe me now. Everybody that was attacking me is now attacking him. But it's too late now. You done dogged and dragged my name. You see what I'm saying? Not one of them niggas came back and said, Sa, I apologize. I was wrong. Not one of them.
Yeah, by that time I had checked out of just all the drama, so I didn't know that all of that was going on. I remember he said that, and I was just like, damn. And I was like, that's crazy. I know Sa works. Why is Sa going to try to kill some? That's so sensational. That's so dramatic, bro. But yeah, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So he came up off of my name doing that. Because the minute he started doing that, people was like, oh, sweat, he's going at Sa. He's banging on Sa. You know? And my mistake that I've learned now is going back and responding. See, if I wouldn't have never responded.
You can't resist, though, Sa. You can't resist responding. You still can't resist. You're going to respond. You can't resist that, Sa. If somebody diss you right now, you going to respond, bro.
No,
I'm not.
No, I'm not. I can't. I fight myself with that. Brother. I learned that already. I learned.
You're Aries. You're Aries, brother.
Yeah, but I've learned how to control it now. Yep. I've learned how to control that. I wish I would have, like you said, I wish I would have had somebody before me. Show me the way, but it wasn't nobody before me. Like you get to see the do's and the don'ts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did.
Man. So Shout out to you, little brother. I'm proud of you, man. I love you, man. I love your family. And keep doing what you want to do. Any closing remarks from you?
Let me take a couple of questions from the people. Give me about 3 questions from the people.
All right, there you go. See that? My brother wants some. He wants y'all to ask him some questions. Let me drop that link. We got brother Rich in the building. Big body Rich, not big body Bronson. How you like my Knicks so far, Rich? You always hated on my Knicks, man.
I ain't never hate on the Knicks, brother.
Yeah, you always just say, man, the Knicks ain't going no damn way.
That don't mean I'm hating on them. I just know they ain't going nowhere.
How you like them this year? Do you know who they got this year?
Who did they get?
Who did they get?
Yeah, who did they get?
Man, I'm not
paying attention.
I'm not going to tell you. Just go and type it up when we finish. That's all you got to do.
Oh, come on, Sal. Just tell me now.
I'm not telling you. I'm going to let you go ahead and wonder. And look and see how we got to. I tell you what, we can go 10 deep now. I tell you that. We can go 10 deep. We ain't got to run our bits like that now. I tell you that. That's what I'm going to tell you. Nah, man, right to the show and look them up. Just go look it up, brother. Go look it up. All right, the link is in the chat, y'all, in case anybody would like to ask Brother Rich a question. This is your time.
We can just get questions from the chat, man. They ain't got to come on. We can just get
okay.
Chat,
okay.
Man. Yeah. Who did contract? Well, yeah. I don't see who they got. I don't see nothing.
Yeah, you got to go on YouTube, man.
What, it just happened?
Nah, it ain't just happened. We just building slowly but surely. We building, man. We just building.
Man, they need a superstar, man. Like,
they got a superstar. And Carl Anthony Towns and Bronson, brother. What are you talking about? They got a superstar, Rich.
Brother, those ain't superstars, brother. Bronson may be a superstar. Carl Anthony Towns, he ain't no superstar. Bro.
What superstar are you referring to? Who you think they need?
Talking about a superstar like a Zion Williamson. They need a superstar. Well, he's not even a superstar either. But brother. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember how they had Carmelo Anthony? They need a superstar, brother.
Nah, brother, we got that. We got King Simon in the building, man.
This is
King.
New
What
York.
up, King?
What up? What up? What up?
Look like you in your backyard. That look beautiful, brother.
Yeah, this is a family affair, yeah, man. Yo, I'm breathing better, sa.neter. Believe me, I breathe better. When I was in New York,
you get me to come to Atlanta. I'm like, nah, I can't leave. But now I'm ready. I'm ready now.
Sa, you and your wife should buy a house and even rent it as an Airbnb. You're allowed to do that in Georgia, man. Whatever, until you're ready to come back. Just keep it limited, like on a month-to-month basis. Don't do it just on an extended basis, short term. And that's a good investment. Believe me, just in case your children want to move down or whoever, your grandchildren, it's a good investment, man. This is a good investment. Believe me when I say that. It's a good investment. And it's cheaper. Now, Rich, you know I'm going to ask. What's up, beloved brother? How you doing?
Peace, my brother. Peace.
This is 3 the hard way when it comes to promotion, y'all. Y'all don't even know. 3 the hard way right here. 3 the hard way.
Man, motive.
Yo, Rich, in your growth and development, please tell them about your influence by the most honorable the Minister Farrakhan from your mother, your late great mother. How you was influenced through that genre of consciousness, the Nation of Islam, through your mom, please.
Wow, I ain't know that, Rich. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I thought I told you that. Well, maybe I didn't. What? All right. So my mother was a Christian. My father was killed. I said this before. My father was killed 2 weeks before I was born. I'm born September 17th. My father got killed probably September 2nd.
Damn.
So probably about two. As I'm coming down the womb, as I'm coming into this earth, he leaving the motherfucker. So we had to meet each other. Going opposite direction. I was like, yo, nigga, what up? Yo, thank you so much. I'm down here. You know what I'm saying? I had to meet him. And I always felt close to him, even though I never met him. I just always felt close to him. But I grew up with my mother and my grandmother, and the only male influence I really had coming up was the voice of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. My mother was a Christian, but my mother was militant. My mother was a G, and she was conscious. She was Black Panther type conscious. So I always see message to the black man in the house. I always seen these books by the Nation of Islam. I always seen the Quran in the house. Even though I come from a Christian house, there was a Quran in the house at the same time because my mother always watched the Minister Louis Farrakhan. She would watch Minister Louis Farrakhan and Frederick Price at the same time. So she had the Christian preacher and the Muslim preacher. So that kind of sums up who I became. You know, I listened to Frederick Price and I listened to Minister Louis Farrakhan coming up. And that kind of molded who I became as a young man. So the militant aspect was always in me. And to be who I am, the entrepreneur I became, you gotta embrace, even to turn down, even to turn down, pro-blackness comes in many forms, To turn down, I got a job, an offer from Transit to be a train operator, and they offered me $29. And I'm only 26 years old at the time. And that was a whole lot of money. If you back then, you 26 years old and they offer you $29. But I'm so pro-black. I believe in pro-black means to believe you're great, to believe in the greatness of your blackness, not just to talk the shit, but to really believe this shit. I'm crazy enough to really believe that my blackness great makes me great. Check this out. Hold up, check this out. I'm crazy enough to believe that my blackness makes me great. I don't just say this shit. I'm crazy enough to believe this shit, nigga. So because I'm crazy enough to believe this shit, I say, fuck these crackers. Sound like, no, don't say that. Sounds like, no.
No, man, don't do that, man. You just graduated, you out of school, nigga.
No, but nigga, in my mind, nigga, I'm pro-black.
Right.
So I got this. Y'all told me I'm God, so now I believe I'm God.
Right.
15 years later, nigga, I showed and proved. Yeah, I got this.
Damn right. Yeah.
I showed and proved I got this. So but King Simon said, Minister Louis Farrakhan, he taught me not to feel inferior. And that's a huge problem with us as black men. We feel superior in the hood, but put a nigga in the hood around 10 white folks and see how superior he feel then. He gets small, his shoulders go down, he go like that. Like, nah, nigga, I'm taller when I'm around white people. I'm taller. And so you know what me and my uncle used to do, so I feel real tall. I feel real tall around white people, real tall.
Hey, yo, I never met your uncle. How is he? Is he still here?
No, he been passed away.
Wow. Oh man!
You came to my house one time and met him.
Yeah.
You came to my house in the morning. You came to my house one time in the morning, banging on my door, and I think he answered. This is right before you went to work, and he answered the door. He met you. He said, "There's some crazy dude at the door." I said, "Oh, that's sa.neter."
But I just didn't want you to. I was just in fear because I loved you so much. You was a good brother, and I was like, "Nah, Rich man." You got this opportunity because see, I ain't had that opportunity. I was in prison. I did 5 years. I had felonies. And when that opportunity came to have to work for the city, to be the locomotive, to drive the train, I was like, nah, bro, take that job, Rich. You don't know how hard it is out here, you know? But you proved me wrong. And I was only acting in good faith when I was saying it and in fear of you to make sure you had something good, a good future.
Yo, sa.neter, by now he would have been 20 years in with a pension. That's true. He would have had all that would have happened. But Rich, I want to ask you one more question. I want to ask you one more question about metaphysics and, of course, science, because I remember reading about Nikola Tesla and saying that once the scientific world blended with the unseen world, paraphrasing, that they would even excel even more. So at another level, and Nikola Tesla was known as the maverick scientist back in the day because he went against all rules. And to this day, we got Tesla technology that they haven't even revealed yet, but the Tesla technology coming out. What do you feel about, the science world, the academic science world finally meshing with the metaphysic world, and what would happen if that happened? Because Michio Kaku, the string theorist, he's not even calling it metaphysics, he's calling it metamaterial. And we know that meta means beyond, and then physics means beyond the physics. He's saying metamaterial, beyond the material world. So what do you feel about that coming together of those two sciences?
They see what's coming. There's so much information out there. The era, remember when we had this era where all these inventions popped up? we're going to experience another era where all these inventions and advancements pop out of nowhere. So they know that the science that they've been hiding is where these advancements could take place. So they're trying to get on top of it. So they're going to mesh this together. They want the brightest of us to be on their team. They want let me say this again. They want the brightest of us to be on their team. So they're going to give us some crumbs, some scientific crumbs, and they want us to chase the crumbs. They're going to promise us a job, and they want us to come along on their team. That's how they're going to maneuver right now.
Right.
It's a different ball game right now.
Hey, because some of these people, sa.neter, they're using visualization in their fields, man. They're using remote viewing in their field. I got books on these guys doing it. Well, and Nikola Tesla said he used to have to go and stop what he's doing, go to sleep, and then he'll come with the idea. That's metaphysics.
I want to ask Sa this. Now, this is a good question, a good conversation we having, because I get an opportunity to talk to Sa. Sa's not big on metaphysics, but I'm gonna get at Sa where I know his heart is at, and that's basketball. Sa, the most winningest coach of all time. Hold up, the most winningest coach of all time, Phil Jackson. You know what his nickname is? The Zen Master. The Zen Master. You ain't know that Phil Jackson? They call him the Zen Master.
No.
You didn't know that he had Kobe Bryant meditating, and Kobe Bryant said that's what changed his life.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, man.
And the Zen Master. The Zen Master.
I was busy working hard.
What you said, Sa?
I was busy working so hard, man, out in them streets. The only time I would leave and run home early is to catch the New York Knicks. That's all I cared about was New York, brother. I ain't care about no other team. I don't rep no other hat for the colors. I don't do none of that. It's all New York. It's New York Yankees. It's New York Knicks. That was it.
Hold up. What do you think about Kobe Bryant saying? One second. Let me just say this real quick, King. What do you think about Kobe Bryant saying meditation helped him achieve the championships he achieved through the help of Phil Jackson, who is known as the Zen Master? What's your thoughts on that, Sa?
Okay, now, Rich, I know you always say, just like you say, when I say you're not militant, but you are militant in your heart, brother, I am spiritual as well, brother. You keep looking at, you keep thinking that I'm not spiritual because I was so militant. But I believe everything Kobe Bryant said. And yes, it was his meditation that made him win these championships. Khaled always say meditation is good. He spoke so much about meditation. See, that's what y'all don't understand, man. Khaled was metaphysical. He was Kemet. He was Islam. He knew all of the sciences, brother. Remember when Khaled had the gathering of Phil Valentine, Bobby Hemmett, and all y'all, they had the gathering of the masses. Khaled went up in there and tore it down.
Yeah, I remember.
He went at Phil Valentine. He went at Bobby Hemmett. He went at a lot of them up in there.
He did.
You know? So, yo.
he went at Bobby. I remember that. Bobby had to respond. Khaled did Bobby Hemmett. Yeah, he did. He said, what he said, Bobby don't change his sheets or something like that.
Bobby went in there and said, yo, you don't need to clean up in your house. Just throw the trash on the ground. And Khaled got up there and said, what the hell you talking about, Bobby?
He took it out of context.
Yeah.
Bobby said.
He ran into Bobby Hemmett again on 125th Street at Mall 125. I don't know if you remember that, King Simon.
I remember he ran in, but I never got to. I didn't say that time.
He ran down on Bobby Hemmett and said, what the hell you mean I'm a clone? I ain't no Bobby was doing video talking about Khaled Muhammad was a clone. He said, this is a clone. It's not the real Bobby. It's not the real Khaled. And Khaled
got shot. Got shot.
Exactly. Yep. But that was crazy too, man. That was crazy. But
I'm Rich, you know Phil Jackson born the same day you born, Phil, Rich.
September 17th?
Yep.
See that?
See?
Khaled Muhammad is the man who made me a man, Rich. He's the one that changed my life.
You always told me that.
He changed my life, brother. Khaled Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? Coming home.
I'm glad you said that. We don't know. We take for granted.
Yeah.
And now that I'm an adult, I see it. We take for granted how much we influence younger men. because when I'm observing you, I'm 20 years old observing you, you don't even realize how much of an influence you played in terms of me being a strong family man. Like I said, me seeing how much you cared for your family and your kids, that shit stuck in my heart. So just like you said, Khaled did for you, you did a lot of that for me in terms of just watching you being a family man. So that it was beautiful seeing how much you cared about Cynthia and your family, brother. Like that was some beautiful shit, bro.
Yeah.
So that affects younger brothers. We take that for granted, man.
Yeah, Khaled changed my life, man. When I came home, I remember coming home in 95.
Yeah.
The next day I went to see my parole officer, and the next day comes on Sunday, I went right to Mosque number 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I went to Mosque number 7. Khaled was on his way out, brother.
Yes, he was. I was.
Comrade Muhammad was on his way in. And I was like, damn. So
I
now I didn't become a registered member because of that. I went to what's that? What was Ultimatic's joint? The movement?
UAM.
I went to the UAM one day because I seen Khaled was going to be there. I go to the UAM and I'm sitting right there in the front row. And Dr. Khaled was saying, I'm building a new Black Panther Party. For all of y'all who want to be a part of the new Black Panther Party, come over here, come to this meeting, come to that meeting. Man, I showed up early, right there. And he was looking for everybody, what borough that you have. And I said, yo, I'm in Harlem. And I became the Harlem chairman. And from there, it was up from there. All I did was try to be like a Dr. Khaled Muhammad, man. I just learned and studied him. And everything he was doing, I just studied him. He was the best of all. I told you, he the man that made me a man. I ain't had no fun in my life. You see? But everything I seen him do was straight up man shit.
Yeah.
Man shit, you know?
In 89, Khaled was the one that sealed the deal for me to come into the nation in 89. So I know right after I left the Ansarullah community in 88. It was Khaled, just like here. Remember, he used to speak at the Victoria 5 Theater and all those places. So, yo, you never, and of course, I already been in the 5%. So the lessons that he started dropping, when you start seeing him drop the lessons the way he used to drop it, yo, and that's why, you know, Minister Farrakhan was also the one that also kept me in focus, man, back in those days. So,
I'm glad you said that, King. Let me stop. Who do you think is a better chess player? An example of manhood, would you say Khaled Muhammad or the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan?
I would say the Old Testament Farrakhan was the better chess player because he's the father. He was the father. You can't diss Farrakhan. You know, and
what made the Old Testament Farrakhan better than the New? Because the older you get is wisdom.
The Old Testament Farrakhan was fiery, no fear. He spoke the truth. Ain't no buck dancing when it came to him. But the New Testament Farrakhan is even now, he's getting to be even stronger again now in his old age. If y'all listen to his last speeches, King Simon. He's right now. And I was like, that's the Farrakhan that I'm talking about.
I would say from my perspective, his fiery moments was the strongest. But remember, you got to remember, the Nation of Islam teaches about being up to the times, being up to the time, because the meaning of FOI is about infiltrating, the military training of the men that goes behind enemy lines. So Farrakhan now is more of a chess player because he knew how to get behind, even to make that 1 million man march happen. He had to do. And I know he's a chess player. He's a chess player. Khaled was a chess player, and he was just one of those fiery pawns that was ready to do whatever he got to do. That's why Dr. Farrakhan called him the Black Stallion back in the day. Remember when he was called a Black Stallion that you couldn't control?
A lot of people don't know this, but did you see Bucking the Preacher, Rich? That movie?
Back in the day.
I didn't see it. No, I haven't seen it. No.
He carried a gun in the Bible.
Yes, sir.
That's what Khaled Muhammad did for Farrakhan. He cut the pages out and he would put because Farrakhan, he said, yo, we don't carry as much as a penknife. But Khaled said, no, I love this man so much that I'm putting a gun in the Bible. Anybody that try to take his life, they're going to have to go through me. And Khaled had a gun in the Bible, brother.
Quiet as kept, sa.neter. There was a few brothers that had a gun in their Bible. It's just that Khaled told the story about it.
Right.
Because you had people that was on the cover too. They was incognito. Some people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why I tell people
one thing I would give Khaled over Minister Farrakhan is the history of Black history. That's where Khaled come out of. Remember, he used to wear the big afro with the pick and the fists on the back. So Khaled always been Black power. You see? That's why he cleaned to Kemet so much. He was a goddamn master teacher when it came to Kemet, brother.
He studied under Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark. He studied under him.
Right. He don't get props for that. He studied under Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, and all the great teachers. So who made him stand out a little from Minister Louis Farrakhan?
Who do y'all think was the greatest orator that we seen in this country? We already talked about Farrakhan, Dr. Khaled Muhammad. We got so many. Malcolm X. Who was the greatest orator? Inside you in the conscious community, where you seen Phil Valentine, you seen so many people. Who's the greatest orator that you have either seen or you read about or have you heard talk? In your opinion, both of y'all.
All right, me. I'll let you go first, King.
I believe everybody had their era.
Yeah.
But everybody had their era. But at this point of time, I say Minister Farrakhan is one of the greatest oratory speakers. I say that Dr. Khaled was one of the greatest military strategists and speakers. And I was
only give one name, man. Come on, just one. One, King. You gotta pick one, King.
He's giving to you first, the second, and who will come next.
I'm giving you like a Mount Rushmore, bro. I'm really giving like and I would definitely say Imam Isa was a very influential. Who y'all call Dr. York was very good at what he did when he got to speaking and teaching. I would say that. And then Phil Valentine is right there with him after that. I have to say that.
Man, I would first go with Malcolm X, man. Okay. And the reason I go with Malcolm X was because he was able to draw the youth. The Black Panthers were young kids, brother. He was able to get the young kids. And then even Khaled would even feed off of that. Khaled was able to get the young people. You see? He was able to grab the attention of young people where they started using him in their records, Public Enemy, all of them. Who else? Who else was he was Tupac, all of them. Ice Cube, all of them. Khaled Muhammad was able to pull in the youth. Brother, if Khaled would have still been here, don't you know how many headquarters we would have had by now? When Khaled came in such a little time, we had headquarters in Brooklyn, which was all young people, youth, fiery, ready to bust they gat. We had people in Brooklyn and the Bronx and Harlem ready to go off and do anything for Dr. Khaled Muhammad, especially at that million youth march. I was there to the penitentiary, brother. The feeling and the spirit and the energy was so goddamn dynamic. It had me picking up a barricade like this.
Yeah. That's right. Yes, you did. I was right there. So I know.
Must us. This is the time when Giuliani was the goddamn mayor. And Giuliani told all the police, get him off the stage. And we just surrounded Khaled Muhammad and they was at us. And I just picked up the barricade, bro. And ready to sing the barricade. But for some reason, they all backed up and the helicopters came swooping down. Man, that was like, I was loving that shit right there, Rich.
Remember, if you're honest, remember why Farrakhan had to do certain things, because he knew we didn't have the firepower to deal with this devil.
Right.
So that was a strategic chess move, if you're playing chess.
Right. I agree with you.
To avoid the death, avoid killing, because Khaled would have went all in, yes. And what we would have, some LA riot, New York riot, what we would have had. But everybody, we don't make the guns like we was told. We didn't make the bullets. We didn't have black helicopters and all that. So we have to, that was a strategic move. While Minister Farrakhan tried to tame Khaled, to say just do it underground.
I'm going with Farrakhan. If I say the greatest orator, from what I know, I'm going with Farrakhan. That's my man right there. I'm going with Farrakhan, man.
Over Malcolm, bro?
Over
Over
Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Yeah,
But you know that there would be no Farrakhan if it wasn't no Malcolm.
And I understand
There would be
that.
no Khaled if it wasn't no Farrakhan.
I understand that. I understand that. I'm just saying
And it wouldn't be no Malcolm if it wasn't for Elijah Muhammad.
So Elijah Muhammad didn't even speak that well.
He wasn't a speaker like that. But I'm just saying, from what I've seen and my judgment, I'm going with Farrakhan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a right to
greatest order. You know what I'm saying?
I got that. Elijah was the greatest organizer, I would say. Elijah Muhammad was the greatest organizer, no doubt, beyond any shadow of doubt to me. You know,
Right.
so nobody has done what he done, and I still got the Muslim accomplishments books right here in my house. So nobody has done what he done, man.
Ali Deuce Muhammad. What about that one?
Ali
Deuce Muhammad.
That's Marcus Garvey's teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I remember. Yeah, you know, that was a great Jesna. That's a great Jesna. Marcus Garvey.
Right there. I think Marcus Garvey was the best when it comes to organizing. Because remember King Simon, we ain't had internet. There was no internet back then.
Neither was the messenger.
Marcus Garvey was able to recruit millions without no goddamn internet.
The UNIA is not standing as strong as a nation to this day.
Right.
That part.
Right.
They didn't keep it that strong. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Garvey was a galvanizer, or one of the best galvanizers. No internet. The messenger didn't have no internet either back in his day, too. So both of them would be right there about it. But Elijah Muhammad set up a nice organization to keep it strong and keep it going to this point, to this day, 90-something years in. So big up to him. Big up to him. Big up to him.
Well, I asked you, brother. And let me ask Brother Rich.
Yeah, ask Brother Rich.
Do you think Malcolm X, Khaled Muhammad, Huey P. Newton, all of those great ones in the line of the vine that sacrificed their lives for black people, do you think they dying was in vain? Because when you look at people today, it's like Malcolm never existed in Harlem, brother. It's like Khaled never existed, brother. When we go and celebrate Malcolm's death, it's like they never existed. Our people could be so goddamn ungrateful. It's pathetic, brother. You know, we don't go to work, or we don't go to school when it's the President's Day, when it's George Washington and all these holidays. But when it's Khaled Day, when it's Malcolm Day, we go to work. We run to work. And I think they now have made a Martin Luther King Day where you don't have to go to work.
Yeah.
You see? Now, do you think that dying was just in vain, brother?
Definitely not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. It's just a part of, you got to understand, as bad as it may seem for us, in terms of world history, we've only been at the bottom. If you're looking at a 24-hour clock, we've been fucked up in terms of world history for maybe 5 minutes. So it just depends on how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it from the history of America, it seems like we've been on the bottom the whole time. But we've had so much time running nation, running empires, dynasties in Egypt, dynasties in Kemet, Sumeria. You could talk to, depending on who you talk to, we was all over Mexico, the Olmecs, all over. So what we're experiencing in America is just a small time of us being at the bottom. And everything that happened with Malcolm and all of them, their name's going to live on forever. My grandchildren is going to learn from what Malcolm, Khaled, and the rest of them did. Their names is going to be eternal. You know, you don't want to live in this earth to 80 years and be a coward. You want to have an impactful life, regardless of whether you die at 20 years old or if you die at 60 years old. We want to be immortal. So you're going to be immortal when you leave here because of the impact you had. We want to leave here being immortal and have our names live on forever. So anybody who names lives on forever, I respect them, and they could, whatever they do could never be in vain. So shout out to everybody who sacrificed and put their best forward for the nation and the community.
All right, that's a good closeout. Thank you, King Simon, for coming through. And
Thank you, brother. Thank
hey,
you, brother.
let the
Thank
people know
you.
your channel. Let the people. Hey, I need my moderators to throw Rich channel in there in case y'all not. In case y'all don't have it. Oh, my man got it already. All right.
Yeah.
Max Bird got it in there. Thank you, Max Bird. And thank y'all. Rich, let the people know what you got coming up today. What you got coming up this week?
I got a channel tonight. I mean, not channel. I got a show tonight at 9 o'clock. So y'all can tune in to Blackmagik 363 tonight, 9 o'clock. I want to thank Sa for allowing me to come on the channel. Shout out to all of y'all hearing my perspective and my story about the community from my point of view and my eyes, being younger than Sa and witnessing everything that I witnessed in this community. So yeah, shout out to all of y'all. Thanks, Sa. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna have you on my channel next, my brother.
Yes, sir. I know that.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, peace, man. We out. Thank you, brother Rich. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.